Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Gale right here, back on the 5-9 channel, and we are here with the summer season preview. Now, of course, we've done the spring season review, a couple of days ago, so if you haven't checked that out, please do check it out, of course. And yeah, here we are with the summer season preview. Of course, a lot of returning shows, some that we're very excited about, some that we will be covering on the channel as well, and some new name shows that we're very keen on looking forward to watching as well. But with me today, I couldn't do this alone, of course. I have Jellycube. Say hello, mate.
Hey there, everybody. How's it going?
And of course, we had to get Izz on as well. Say hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I'm very excited you are, I must admit.
Yeah.
All right. But we've got some big names coming. We've got some returning shows, and one of those returning shows you're very excited about, Jelly, aren't you?
Yes, so very excited.
Go for it.
Yep, we have part 2 of the second season of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Very strong second season. We got the first part of. We're gonna be starting off this the season with Rimuru facing off against the Demon Lord Clayman and his forces, along with the Demon Lord Milim, who doesn't seem quite right. We also have now Veldora, the Storm Dragon, has been brought back to the physical world after working with Rimuru to break the spell that was holding him in place. So we're gonna have to see exactly what kind of shenanigans they can get into this season.
Yeah,
as they move forward. Yeah.
No, it's going to be very exciting to see because, of course, like you mentioned, the first season, or first part, I should say, the first core was super strong. Like, it started off a bit slow, but towards the end, it became super strong. And, of course, this came out during the winter season. They did to take a bit of a break in the spring season, but we did get, obviously, the spin-off in the Slime Diaries, of course. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the second core of this as well. This year is pretty much slime decked out. Like, we're getting something slime related every season, so I'm very excited about that for sure. Izz, how about you? What's your most anticipated show for the summer season?
Oh, anticipation. Yes. Higurashi, actually. Higurashi is coming back out with the second part of the anime. Where we left off, if any of you have not seen Higurashi, watch it at your own discretion because it is a very, very bloody and very gory anime, but it's very well written in the story and whatnot. And so for those of you who haven't heard of it, we follow a girl with her name is Rika, and she basically is in a time loop where every day she, like, after a certain day, she'll die and then repeat life over and over. She did this for 100 years, and now we continue on that where it's actually her friend Hojo who actually meets one of the goddess. We meets this evil goddess, and now we take on that aspect of her because now we start to slowly figure out not only was Rika able to go back in time, but so was Hojo. So I'm very excited to see what happens and what's going on, and very, very excited for all the impending blood and massacre that's about to happen.
No, I completely agree with you. Higurashi, I didn't complete the first season, to be quite honest. I still have to finish it off. But yeah, it's a psychological thriller. It's super interesting. But yeah, it's definitely get into it. It's a psychological thriller. You can't expect it not to have like some very dark moments, right? For me personally, I have to go with, of course, a very exciting return by a very, very beloved studio and a very popular studio who tragically and unfortunately went through some very unfortunate events a couple of years ago. And that's Kyoto Animation, and their show and their first production show since the arson that happened in 2018 it was, and that is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. Now, this is one of my personal favorites of like when it first came out back in, it was so long ago, the previous season, I should say. But this has been something that I've been very much anticipating. Of course, it has a new director at the helm due to the unfortunate events that happened back in 2018, 2019. And yeah, again, like I said, I want to see how they do the second season. I'm really hoping for a strong return by them. I have complete faith in Kyoto Animation. Like, you know, they're one of my favorite studios personally in Japan completely, and I totally trust them. So I'm super excited for it. I'm very much looking forward to it. Of course, if you haven't watched it, it's a comedy slice of life. Of course, if you're interested in that, you know, it's there for you pretty much. Very chill, very relaxing. There's no real overarching story, I suppose, in it. It's just it is literally just a comedy slice of life at its core. But yeah, guys, that's our 3 most anticipated shows of the upcoming season. What are some other shows that you're potentially looking out for? Is there some new names that you're kind of interested in? Is any name popping at you?
Right now, actually, yes, there is. It seems really interesting, especially animation-wise. It is called the Itaden Deities Know Only Peace. That one actually looks very promising to me because it gives off the aspect of there's essentially deities who basically saved the world and did like what they had to for a safe society, and now they went into peace, and now something's popping up again where they have to come back out and fight, and they actually live regular lives, as it seems like. And this looks like, not only does it look like kind of like an action-y type of anime, but it also gives off the vibes of very comic, very comic relief, comic heavy, stuff like that. So I'm very excited for it. Just looking off like the previews alone, it looks like a very interesting anime to me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that one's made by Mappa as well, right?
Yes, that is this another Mappa studio. So I have very high hopes for Mappa. Especially with all the recent animes they did, except for one God High School. But you know, it's still I still have really high hopes for them.
It's kind of weird because as much as I love Mappa, you know, I must admit I'm like, bro, can you guys kind of stop taking so many shows? It just kind of is like, how many shows are they taking, and how much like are their employees like overworking themselves to the extent of like making all these shows? But that's something that I think we're always going to point out for Mappa. You know, it's something we've pointed out for previous studios as well. You know, studios like Madhouse, JC Staff, and stuff like that. But they're going to still take shows on. So until the industry changes, we can't do much about that. But yeah, how about you, Jellycube? And any other interesting shows in the list coming up?
Yeah, there's a couple. I'm a big fan, of course, of the slice of life kind of comedy, fantasy-esque shows. So there's a couple that stand out to me. One of them is Cheat Pharmacist, Slow Life. It's a lot like Killing Slimes for 300 Years. It's another isekai into a fantasy world. The person who overworked in their life and now they want to take it easy. But in this anime, it is a person who is an alchemist, is a potion maker. It's interesting to see kind of like they're taking a pharmaceutical aspect into the comedy. Like just like it says in like the description, like, oh, like an elf who has trouble aiming his bow, give him like eye drops. It's interesting to see like that kind of comedy there. And I'm also looking forward, interested in Girlfriend, which looks like it's gonna be very funny, very interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be another rom-com, which I'm very excited about. I love my rom-coms, so definitely interested in that.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be good because did we get any? Higehiro. Never mind. But I guess Higehiro is more of a romance slice of life than a proper rom-com. I felt. But getting a good rom-com again, you know, since I guess Rent a Girlfriend was the last one, proper one that I can remember. I do have also one more that I'm very excited about personally, and that is the case study of Anita. This is a show made by Bones as well. Bones is coming back. Doing this simultaneously with obviously MHA as well, as MHA is continuing on into the summer season, of course. Basically, the case study of Anita seems to be a mystery supernatural drama. Effectively, it's a bunch of vampires, I suppose. It is vampires that they're hunting down up for a grimoire, and it seems to be just a bunch of like mystery and a thriller as well. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks very interesting. I think they already had also announced a second part, or it's a 2-core if I'm not mistaken as well. Yeah, I'm going into it completely blind, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the fact that I know it's a mystery and supernatural, and I've seen some of the PVs, I have no clue on the story, but it looks very cool. The animation looks top notch. You know, Bones is doing a fantastic job with this. But yeah, that's our anticipated shows as well. Some other names for you guys to look into. There's obviously a lot of movies and stuff coming out as well. In particular, we have the My Hero Academia movie coming out in August as well. We have the Fate Grand Order movie coming out at the end of July as well. That is effectively adapting Solomon from the game. There is some overs as well. Jellycube, do you have any overs that you're looking forward to?
For me specifically, none that I can think of off the top of my head, but there are definitely some that look very interesting coming up this season, for sure.
Is any from you, mate?
I just don't necessarily like look for the OVAs too much, but I mean, if there is one that interests me by the end of this summer season, then I will definitely give my I will definitely give my input for those. But as of right now, there's not one for me.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't have that many. I think the only two overs that I'm looking at right now that look very interesting to me personally is Tonikawa's over, as well as Ancient Magus Bride, because I mean, I loved Ancient Magus Bride and I still want more. I'm still waiting for more, but getting an over for it is a solid substitute for now. But yeah, I think that's it. Any other interesting shows from you guys? Let's get in with Jelly. If you have any final shows that you would like to point out.
Yeah, I've got one. I'm definitely interested in Duke of Death and his Maid. Another kind of supernatural comedy, kind of a romance as well.
Yep.
It's about this Duke who is cursed by a witch as a child. He kills everything he touches, forced to move away from his family. He's treated by his own family if he doesn't even exist. However, he's not alone. He's got his butler and his maid. The maid loves to tease him, their relationship grows, and it's to show he's trying to break free of this deadly curse.
Yeah.
And they deal with various supernatural beings to try and help break this curse. I'm interested to see how this show goes this upcoming season.
Yeah, that's another one that I actually had a look at as well. Looks very interesting. Very, very cool, very interesting concept, and it's by JC Staff as well. JC Staff, as much as I've given them flack in the last couple of years, they have made some good shows here and there, of course. The Railgun series, Danmachi, Index, and stuff like that. And obviously, Konosuba's latest movie was by them as well, so
yes.
I'm looking forward to it for sure. Any final shows from you that you would like to point out?
There is one final show, and I should say this before she comes to us and sees the video and asks us why we didn't talk about it. Yeah. But it is the Villainous anime,
of course.
Second season. I watched the first season of the Villainous anime when it first came out, and I loved it. I found it very funny. I found it like a very nice little light-hearted type of anime, and I love how it took like the isekai genre and just spun it on its head a little bit.
Reverse isekai, basically.
Reverse isekai, but it did really well, and I can't wait for the second season because the first season had a lot of good promise to it. I just really hope the second season will do the exact same.
Definitely agree with you. I'm very, very excited about it myself as well. Enjoyed the first season tremendously. Funnily enough, I do still remember the time when during season 1, obviously I follow these anime awards websites and stuff like that, and they obviously do a top 10 every week. And there was this one week where 9 of the top 10 couples was literally Bakarina with all the characters from Villainous, and it was like, wow. I was like, well, that's one way to get into the top 10 of a awards list. I mean, that's fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah. It's a really well done anime.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very excited for it as well. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below what you guys are most looking forward to. Of course, there's obviously the continuation of MHA as well as Tokyo Revengers, which we will be also covering at the end of season review when that comes up, but we're still looking forward to those, and of course everything else that we spoke about in this list. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Jelly and Izz, for joining me on this one. It's super lovely to have you guys on. And
Thanks.
yeah,
Happy to be here.
Yep, awesome to have you on. And yeah, guys, subscribe if you want to see more anime content on the 5-9 channel. We will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.
Later.
See ya.